Hey, what's up? I'm Seth, and usually on this channel, I watch a movie and then I talk about how I think it would affect my kids, some good questions to ask my kids, and if it's something that I'd share with them, that I enjoy sharing with them. But recently I was asked, what are the cartoons that I enjoy sharing with my kids? What are some shows that I like to share with my kids? So today, I thought I'd give you the top 3 cartoons that I like to watch with my kids. Okay, first of all, just some criteria. These are cartoons. These aren't live action shows. I've talked a lot about live action shows I like to watch, like the Marvel Disney Plus shows. These are cartoons. It's funny because growing up, I remember my dad didn't really like watching cartoons because he didn't grow up with them. When he grew up, cartoons were for little kids. But as I grew up, there were actually some really good cartoons that I really enjoyed as I even got older. And so as my kids got older and we started watching things together, I tried to find something that we would both really enjoy. Now, there's a lot of things I don't enjoy that my kids watch. I don't like watching with them. Like, I've tried and these shows annoy me. I mean, there's a bunch of them. Just off the top of my head, the cartoons that I avoid watching with my kids, I just do not enjoy. Gumball, it's loud. I don't like it. I don't think it teaches anything. Teen Titans Go, which is really sad because I love DC characters, but I did not find that show appealing. Caillou was a show my kids would watch when they were little, and it was super annoying. So, there's those. But I want to talk about today shows that I enjoy watching with my kids. This is not in a particular order. First of all, I already talked about this one, and so there's a whole review about this, but the new 2017 DuckTales. This show is so fun to watch my kids. It does hit on the nostalgia, but it doesn't rely just on the nostalgia. If you watched DuckTales back in the 90s, then you'll really enjoy this show, but it doesn't just rely on that. It reinvents the characters, it's creative writing, it's just fun and witty, and it's just done in a way that I thought was really smart. They expand on the characters. The relationships in this show are fun to watch, and it's fun to see how these characters grow. And I loved watching that with my kids and then talking about it after. So that's my first one, DuckTales. If you want to see a whole review on the series, because it just ended recently, check out my other video about DuckTales. All right, number 2 is the show Gravity Falls. If you haven't seen this show, you need to give it a chance. I didn't for a long time, just because I didn't know what it was. People talked about it like it was this really cool thing, and I had no idea what it was, and so I didn't give it a chance. When I finally did watch it, I really, really enjoyed it. Now, I'm going to give just a small disclaimer to this show. I don't think every episode in this show is for all kids. I think DuckTales is for all my kids. I think they would all enjoy it. Just, again, a quick reminder, my kids are 12, 10, 7, and 5. And so they kind of vary in age range, but they're no more on the younger side. So DuckTales, super fun for them, perfect age. Gravity Falls, almost all the episodes I think are fun. Gravity Falls is an interesting show because it is almost a kid's horror show, but it makes really light of these horror elements. And so there are like zombies and vampires and different things like that. But it's done in a way that I think is really tasteful for kids. However, there are a couple episodes that I thought were slightly over the top with that were maybe a little scary that my 5-year-old didn't really enjoy. Those episodes where there's one about a wax museum that my daughter just thought was super creepy. There's another episode about a shapeshifter. Now, even though the voice of the shapeshifter is Mark Hamill from Star Wars, which was pretty cool, the episode itself was creepy. I thought it was a little over the top. And then finally, there's another episode that's called Northwest Mansion, and it's about this ghost in a mansion. And again, there's just some scenes that were a little uncomfortable. But other than that, this show is, again, super witty, just like DuckTales, super clever. It has jokes for kids and for adults, but it's nothing that's explicit that would make a kid uncomfortable. Like I said, there's just a couple horror elements that might be, you might just need to be aware of and be careful with. But overall, as an adult, and for my older kids, my 10-year-old and my 12-year-old, this was a super fun show to watch. And it actually kind of bridged a gap there between some shows that I've watched and these cartoons that they watch. And it was just something we could talk about, and that was a lot of fun. It was a great show. So give it a chance, Gravity Falls. And number 3 show, you're probably already going to be able to guess it, is Avatar: The Last Airbender. I mean, if you haven't watched this cartoon with your kids, if you haven't watched it on your own, this is a well-written show. It's just a lot of fun, but it's got this whole mythology, this whole new universe that is super creative. And it's a lot of fun to watch. I didn't feel like there was anything in this show that would make any of my kids scared or uncomfortable or anything like that. The subject matter is not as light. So looking at DuckTales and Gravity Falls, it's more goofy, more fun. And this show has some fun elements, Avatar: The Last Airbender, but it's more dramatic. But it's still on a kid's level. There's nothing that they wouldn't understand, and there's nothing that they couldn't follow. And I thought it was a lot of fun, and the overall story was very compelling. Like you want to watch each episode and each season and see where it's going, and it's a lot of fun. So I love that show. Don't watch the movie. Don't even try. Garbage. But Avatar: The Last Airbender, that's my number 3 show. You know what? I'm going to give you a quick bonus. This is one we just discovered, and you're going to laugh, and you're going to roll your eyes at me. But there is one more show that I do recommend that you watch with your kids that I have really enjoyed, and it's called Bluey. Now, listen, if you haven't tried it yet, you need to, because it's a fun show. Yes, it's made for preschool age kids. It really is. But I was impressed with, the writing. It's really clever and witty, and these characters are just fun to watch. Yeah, again, it's like preschool age situations, but it's written in a modern and fun way. Like, I really enjoyed it, and all my kids did. And they're only 7-minute episodes. It's on Disney Plus, and every once in a while we'll just throw it on and watch it, and I've enjoyed every single one. I just thought they're fun, they're funny, they have a good moral, they all teach something. They show this family that just plays really well together, and it functions well, and it's just a good example of relationships, of getting along, of understanding each other. But yeah, they're dogs, and it's written for preschool age kids, but it's clever enough, it's witty enough, it's a smart enough show that an adult would enjoy it, that I enjoyed it. So again, this is a little bit of a different video than I normally do, just letting you know kind of my perspective on what I like watching with my kids. You might have completely different cartoons that you just love watching with your kids, that you love having that experience of enjoying something together. If you do, let me know. Comment below. If you want to see more videos like this that kind of maybe do like a ranking or talk about my favorite things to watch with my kids, I'm sure there's a ton of other topics that I could cover. Then also let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to see more videos like this and more review videos of upcoming movies. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.